Let's get into the story. The game itself is set in the summer of 1988 and takes place in one living room. You play as a child named David, who lives with his mother and just rented him the game Duck Season for a full day. The aim of the game is simple, just play duck hunt. Shoot ducks while your hunting partner dog cheers you on. Complete 8 rounds and celebrate your victory with a fiesta! The game ends with your mom sending you to bed, giving the ominous hint of,
But I would have shot that annoying dog.
mayhaps the game is trying to tell me something. So if you decide to play the game again and this time take mom's advice, shooting the dog, things start to go a little bit differently. The 6 o'clock news comes on and mentions that several families have gone missing in the area.
The mystery behind the disappearance of several families in the Tri-County area continues to grow.
Our mother casually mentions that a knife went missing from the kitchen.
Honey, how do you say the knife?
And at 7 o'clock, we get the really shocking reveal that the dog has somehow broken out of the game and is recording us from outside in the garden. And it don't get any better from there. You later find a tape next to you titled 12. Play the video and you'll find it features the dog creeping into another child's room and abducting him. Which makes it pretty clear 12 families have rented this game and all have gone missing, with us lined up to be victim number 13. He then proceeds to kill our mom and attack us. If you're somehow able to steady your nerves as a giant blood-soaked dog approaches you with a knife, you can blow him up using your zapper and end the horrific nightmare. Except all of this wasn't a dream. Mom? Yeah, she's still dead, leaving you to bury her in the backyard. David almost makes a call to the police, but decides to run away instead, which seems like an odd choice at first, but then think about it. What's he gonna tell the cops? A guy in a dog costume came out of my TV, killed my mom, and attacked me, but don't worry, I was able to destroy it with my light zapper. Yeah, maybe it's best that he kept that one to himself. But all of this begs the question, who is the dog? At first you might think that it's just some disgruntled off-the-rails video game character, but the longer you play the game, the more clues begin to surface that there's a deeper story here. If we look across the game's various endings, we can start to figure out that the dog is actually trapped inside of this cartridge. During one of the game's 7 endings, the nuke ending, David becomes trapped in the game. We wander around looking for our family before we curl up into a ball and begin to cry. We see the dog slowly walking towards us before the company logo appears in front, covering up what the dog is about to do. Based on what we know about him, you think that he's about to kill you, but peek behind the logo and you'll see that the dog is actually comforting us. He understands what it's like to be trapped in there because this dog wasn't always in the game. In another ending, we see the dog breaking free through the television screen, trapping us inside the game for what ends up being years. The final shot of the ending is a new child playing the cartridge years later, with David, now an adult, still trapped inside. And you can 100% tell that it's years later based on David's deeper, more adult voice. Who are you? Horror-themed magazines sprinkled throughout the game try to hint at a demon or supernatural creature possessing the cartridge, but it appears that those are just red herrings, because we can definitively prove that the dog is a human. Not only do we catch him smoking at the beginning of every round of hunting, in the Best Min ending, where we call the police to warn them about the dog killer, we see him taken down after being shot. An excessive amount of... excessive amount of times. Blood flies everywhere and the dog lays dead on the ground, proving that there is indeed a human inside of that dog suit. But we don't have to stop there. We can go one step further and say that this dog was someone that we knew. This dog was our father. No! Yes! During the game, it's only ever you and your mother, but you can see in the pictures throughout the house that your father is in almost all of